Hi Aries, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for March 1st through 7th. We're going to be discussing your career as well as career money, also relationship. I'm going to start with relationship, timestamp below for the career. And you're also going to find a 20% off code. I did make a community post about it, but sometimes people don't see them, so I thought I'd mention it. For readings, for my readings for the month of March to celebrate my 2-year anniversary. I've been doing this for 2 years. Thank you for watching, Aries. So I hope you guys are doing well. I made a separate video for each of the signs for your astrology for the month, including a bonus tarot read at the end. So if you want to know about the energies having to do with the astrology, definitely check that out. But let's do this as an energy read. Our Aries friends. You have Mars and Gemini in the 3rd house. There's going to be a lot of restless communication going on. I kind of think it's good though, but for you it's going to be good. But let's see what we have here. Doing the fan pulls this week. Oh, we got the Fool to start. Okay. Messages for relationship for our Aries friends. Thing that Aries needs to know about relationship. Well, maybe you're single, maybe you're coupled, maybe you're in between things. See what we need to understand. It's definitely going to be a lot of communication, though, I feel like, for a lot of Aries this week. All right, so we have the Page of Cups coming into this energy. So some of you may have met somebody new with the Page of Cups. You know, this could certainly be a new partner in love. But this could also be just good news also, just having to do with your love life as well. If it's not a new partner, it's you and your partner starting a whole new cycle together, a whole new kind of turning over a fresh page, so to speak. To either one or the other. Those of you who are single, it does seem like you're meeting somebody, or you're starting a new cycle within a relationship that you're doing now. Yeah, I mean, kind of going into the Fool energy. The Fool energy does indicate a new relationship or a new start or a new approach to doing things differently than you were doing before. So there's like a newness here. Now, to have this complemented by the the 8 of Pentacles, rather. 8 is the number of mastery. So you might be very much focused on, like, in a very logical way, right? It's a very logical and diligent energy in a very logical way, very diligent way. How can you make this relationship work? Being super honest, like focusing on that, focusing on the responsibilities that are necessary to be in a healthy relationship and in a healthy connection, you know, in order for it to work out. So there could be a lot of focus on changing strategy here in order for something to work out. As we have the King of Cups energy, if this is this is the best, the best to be had out of the situation. Sorry, I couldn't speak there for a moment. As the crowning energy. So if as a general influence, this does indicate a need existing for you to settle a conflict regarding this relationship, either within yourself or with somebody else. But you might feel really unclear how to handle it. Because remember, in astrology, this is Libra and Scorpio. And Libra is that 7th house of partnerships ruled by Venus. And it's all about like what's fair, what's not fair. And Scorpio is the 8th house energy of transformation. So figuring out like what's been fair, what's not fair, what needs to change, right? Figuring all of that out, like that being the conflict that you guys have to just figure out. But you need to follow your heart. Some of you may be dealing with a King of Cups person. Somebody who's really charismatic, somebody who's really very sociable, somebody who's really sensitive to the needs of people they care about, you know, very warm, unafraid of intimacy, you know. So those of you meeting somebody new, you may be meeting somebody like that. Those of you in relationship may be in a space where you're settling some sort of conflict. So I'm trying to give both because it's a general reading. But then we have the 5 of Cups. We have the 5 of Cups. It's reversed. And this is about moving on, forgiveness, though, hope returning and recovering from something. So some of you, maybe you're meeting somebody because you broke up, you were in a relationship that you broke up with somebody, or they broke up with you, whatever, and there's some healing here, right? And you're moving on, you're moving past something that was hurtful for you in the past. Now, there was just this idea of just hope returning and just forgiveness and recovery. This is also a beautiful energy for those of you in relationship, if you've been having a hard time, feeling more hopeful about a situation. Okay, now the energy for you right now is the Queen of Pentacles energy, and this is really about, you know, kind of taking care of the whole package for you right now, Aries, right? Taking care of your body, taking care of your finances. As an influence, this can indicate marriage. Maybe you want to get married, you want to work on your marriage. This could also indicate money coming to those of you who are coupled, really good financial management. You know, it really, you wanting a really sensual sex life. If you guys don't have that already, you really want to work on that. The idea of fertility here, maybe you're thinking about or speaking about having a baby, or anything. Maybe you're having a baby. Yeah. So I mean, this is just the energy that can show up, but it's a very reliable and supportive energy. So you may be in that space where you're very trying to be very affectionate, very supportive, very generous with your energy. You're really trying very hard to be helpful in a situation. At least, you know, in your mind, you're trying to be helpful, but at least for as far as you can see. Now, the Temperance energy, this is external to you, and this is impacting you. This is an external energy that's impacting you. So this tells me that, you know, it's just a general energetic influence in relationship. A new level of trust and patience and cooperation can be had in the relationship after a really challenging time period. For those of you who happen to be single, you may find yourself very energetically or spiritually pulled towards a new partner. So it depends on where you're at right now. But there's a balancing act that's needed here, and it's going to be impacting you for sure. But I like this for any relationship, because Temperance is always about balance. You know, it's like, what do you need? What do they need? What does the relationship need? Everybody's ears are open. There's a lot of cooperation here. So this is a very nice energy. Well, this is a little funny, the Emperor, to me, to have as your challenge, though, because this is about taking control and ambition. So you might be challenged by the degree of ambition or lack of ambition that you feel in some area of your life. Maybe you're not feeling particularly ambitious having to do with your career, or maybe you're not feeling particularly ambitious to give any more energy to this relationship. You know, I mean, this is the challenge for you, which is, you know, you might be dealing with, you might be challenged by your own ego right now. You know, you might be challenged by somebody telling you that you're not being very mature regarding a situation. You know, you're not showing up well enough, and that might be a challenge for you right now. But it's interesting because I feel like you're in this, but your partner may be doing a lot of finger pointed, unfounded, not founded, you know, whatever. Everybody's situation is going to be different. But it does seem like, I mean, wow, look at this. We have the Tower and then the Sun. Are you kidding me? I just realized that. See, I don't look at the cards, right? I mean, I try to follow the progression and discover the messages as I go along with you. Because I feel like what's happening here, wow, I'm getting a couple of messages here. Aries, I have to tell you, for some of you, I feel like you're in maybe a marriage or a serious relationship, and you guys have not been doing very well, and you're trying to figure out a way of fixing it. But at the same time, some of you met another energy in the recent past. And while you want something to work, it's like you're not giving it 100% of your heart because of this new person. That's going to resonate with some of you. Others of you are really set on starting this new cycle with this person that you're in a relationship with, but you're having a really hard time showing up 100% the way they want, and you have to ask and answer that to yourself, if that is what if you resonate with that. Like, do you actually really want to be in this relationship? Or maybe what is being expected of you in this relationship is beyond what you're willing to give. It's beyond your comfort zone, and you can't give it, because then we have the Tower. And the Tower is a tough energy, only in that it does indicate an abrupt change to circumstances, so some sort of secret or realization comes to light that can end up being really shocking, and it's just time to let go of past patterns of relating here having to do with this relationship. Like, it's just the way you've been relating in this relationship, it can't continue. Something's got to give. There's got to be some sort of restructuring of things. But it's about this necessary surrender and things coming to light. Like, maybe your partner saying, "Look, I have to be honest with you about how I feel. I can't do this anymore." Like, maybe you need to get a new job to make more money because I don't feel like you're contributing to the finances enough, or I can't deal with the lack of intimacy and the unhealthy communication. I just am not willing to live with this anymore. And then like it literally being like, I'm not willing to do that anymore. So there can be a literal ending, or you being presented with a set of circumstances that's going to require you to have an internal Tower moment where you're going to need to see, or, that the way things have been can continue. So either that this way of relating is completely taken down and new approaches are had, or the relationship needs to end. There really can't be anything else going on, but it does almost seem like this is like a hidden gift. Towers are never comfortable while you're in them. This is a Mars energy, and the thing is, Mars and Mars is in Gemini for you, right? And in your third house of communicating. This starting this week on March 3rd, starting this week until the third week in April. But this is about, if you keep doing what you did, you're going to keep getting what you got, kind of thing. And I feel like you're dealing with somebody that they're just not willing to do that anymore. But then we have the Sun, and the Sun energy really is about growing a beautiful connection, right? It really is about success, having everything that you need to create what you want, as long as it's good for you. So this ends up ultimately, I feel like, being a good thing. Oh my goodness. We look at these major arcanas. We're not even playing here, Aries. Not even playing. We have the death and rebirth. So keeping it real, the death is about the ending of something or a necessary separation if the relationship is ever going to find its footing again in the future. Because the way it's been up to this point needs to end, because it probably wasn't healthy for anyone involved, And your living situation may even end up changing as a result. You can never look at the sun card in tarot and say it's negative. Even if it's reverse, it's still positive. The High Priestess. Wait a minute here. Yeah. Aries, I have to tell you, I feel like it does seem like if something ends, it's going to be the biggest blessing for you. Because it does seem like, look, we have the High Priestess energy. You might be thinking about this anyway. Because I am getting, it's like you're saying the words that you want a relationship to work, and you're physically there, but mentally you're going in other places. You're thinking about what you really want to do. What is the right thing for you? Between the Page of Cups and the High Priestess, because the High Priestess is a very sort of secretive energy, And it's you trying to figure out what is the best course of action for you. And this could indicate also you keeping something private and secret from your partner and you not talking about it. And the Six of Wands energy is about somebody sharing their feelings with you and you sharing your feelings with somebody else and it being well received, where you're deepening a commitment. But I almost feel like this is with somebody new while something else is ending. Oh my God, well, those are the messages I'm getting, you know. Please don't try to make it fit if it's not your message. I'm sorry, maybe we'll get you next time. But that is what it seems like here. Grim Reaper, yeah. Oh, you're just not going to know. It's going to be a confusing time for you, I feel like, right now. This is going to be a big month, too, for you. I feel like, because we have the full moon in Libra on the 28th in your 7th house. I mean, I'll talk about that more when we get to that week. But something's going to be coming to a culmination. Ooh. Yeah, it's like what you guys were at one point was so amazing, soul connected with the soulmate energy, but then clarifying, right? We have the soulmate energy here, but then we have, I miss the peace I used to feel with you before all of this. So definitely in a space of challenge. We have the Grim Reaper, the relationship is over, no second chances, grow and transform your life. Clarifying that, I am too self-absorbed to be who and what you need. And then we have photograph, looking at your photos and missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. I never told you the full truth about my childhood. It wasn't good, and I'm still trying to figure it out. So that could be you saying this to somebody or somebody saying this to you. And we have the idea of time. Needs time, time is like, you might be in a kind of situation where it's like, all right, well, let's see what things look like in April. Let's see what the relationship looks like in May. You know what I mean? Kind of like kicking it down the road. Almost wait, like buying your time in a way. I lied because I was afraid of losing you. Clearly not a good strategy. So somebody's just not being really honest. But lying is very relative to a situation. It's just not being 100% honest about something. Or it can be lying through omission. You know, leaving something out very strategically can be happening here as well. I feel like two cards came out here, okay? Is it more than two? Maybe sticking together. So, oh my gosh, there were three. Look at that. All right, so we have to read three. Okay. Well, the first one is your commitment is being tested right now, which is the first quarter moon. Have faith in your dreams, what it is that you really want, waxing crescent moon. And then we have a new start is coming, a new moon. We do have a new moon in Pisces, and that's going to be happening in your 12th house of the hidden, of the subconscious, of things that you're not telling anybody about. So I don't know if you are starting a new relationship with somebody on the side. I'm not sure, but that could be going on. And that is what I have for the relationship portion. Remember, don't try to make it fit if it's not your reading. Okay. All right, so now we're going to discuss your career, money, project, any sort of financial situation that you may be in right now. This could also have to do with a field of study, anything that would end up progressing you forward, right? Having to do with your money. So this could be a divorce settlement, an insurance payout, anything like that. We have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands, okay. Five of Swords, okay. Five of Swords is like a challenging energy because it's being stuck in an argument and in a situation that you're not going to win, because it's the kind of thing where it's not your main issue, right? With the Five of Swords, it's what it is. It's a clash of desire and reality, you know, but it's like this conflict that's being realized, and you're just not going to win it because the core of the conflict is not your issue to mitigate. We'll talk about that more. So we have the Queen of Pentacles first coming into this energy, which is, you know, again, this came up in the relationship read about where you are right now, but I see this coming into this energy. As an influence, this does indicate, like, you know, money coming in to those of you who are coupled. This does indicate good financial management. It does indicate that, so something coming in, okay, some sort of, or the ability, the opportunity to grow in something, or you just being very focused on that. There might be this idea having to do with money, if it has to do with home as well, because you need to bring more money in so that your home can run more smoothly. This really is about taking care of finances, but because it's a queen, it's like it can have a lot to do with either working from home, having to do with something with the home as well. Or maybe you're being pressured by somebody that you live with, having to do with money. Now, again, we have the Nine of Wands energy here. So definitely in a strong position. You've been fighting really long and hard in something, and you're really exhausted. But you're going to be able to just have some perseverance here. This is temporary. You're going to feel very defensive regarding what it is you're doing as far as the money that you make or money in general in your life right now. But you don't want to stay in a negative mindset. It really is important that you try to stay positive. Your efforts are going to be met with success as long as you maintain balance and a careful approach. Because remember, what's after the Nine of Wands is the Ten of Wands. And that's all about overwhelm. So you don't want to get to that point. So you might be like just about ready to give up on that, whatever it is, that job, that opportunity, whatever. But I feel like somebody has a real issue with you just like not up and just doing something different. Because the Nine of Wands is like, yeah, I've been trying to be successful at this, fill in the blank, whatever, and I'm fighting so hard and I'm just not making, but I'm not giving up yet. You know, I'm going to keep going at it and keep going at it and keep going at it. But somebody does not agree with your strategy. And the thing is here, again, there is a clash of what you really want to do and the reality of what it is that you're able to bring to yourself. And it's this ongoing conflict, and you're not going to win here. So it really is better to, you know, walk away, deal with your disappointment, and try to figure out a new strategy or a new approach to something, Aries. It does seem like that's what needs to happen here. Yeah. We have the Page of Pentacles. This is about, you know, it's just a general influence. This is progression forward, very auspicious beginning, and this is the best to be achieved in these circumstances. So I like this regarding finance, business, an offer made, any sort of offer being made. You know, pay attention to your finances here. This is about being hardworking and reliable, strong potential for success, very strong. But it's a page. So this is, you need to come to terms with the fact, though, that you need to take either a different approach, do something a little different, because if you keep doing what you did, you're not going to get anything more than what you're getting right now. So we have the Six of Swords. Yeah, I mean, this is really very much aligning here, moving on, manifesting something other than what you're in right now, you know, detaching from something, time apart, taking a break from something. As the thing is here, something is not working for you, right? It's not working. And this is Mercury in Aquarius. This is about getting very honest with yourself, right? Mercury is all about, you know, Mercury is air. So there's an element of honesty and communication. It rules Gemini, communication and learning, right? Virgo also rules Virgo, which is about problem solving. So for a lot of you, you're realizing you're going to need to learn how to do something a little different. Learn how to do something from a different, either a different approach, a different angle, wear a different hat within your given field, something like that. because you need to move away from what you've been trying to do, because it looks like, even though you're very resistant to releasing a dream, an idea, an attempt to do something, it does seem like somebody's giving you a lot of heat over it. And maybe it's just out of love, you know, or frustration. But right now, you are the star. So the star is Aquarius, and very focused on the future here, right? I mean, this is a money luck energy. Where, you know, work that you're doing begins to pay off. You've considered your long-term goals. You've prioritized well. You're really trying to stay long-term. But you're thinking long-term here. So it doesn't mean right now you're going to have everything that you need to make it happen. So you might be guided to start a new business, or you find out that you have some sort of hidden talent that you didn't even realize that you could put to good use. You know, this does show like moving forward, award, some kind of fame. And Aries, honestly, the middle of the month, you have the Sun conjunct Venus and Neptune in Pisces in your 12th house. Now, I speak very extensively about this very important transit in the astrology video. I don't want to overspeak on it here, but there's going to be a lot of fantasy that's going to be going on. You just may not be able to trust it, and particularly with you guys, only because you have it in your 12th house. 12th house is Pisces' home. It's ruled by Neptune, smoke and mirrors, something seeming fantastical, and you feeling very tempted to run away with that idea. But at the same time, you're not going to be sure if you can trust it, and you're going to want to just feel like this need to release something so that you can attack this new dream. But be careful, because it may not be everything that you think. Now, we have an external energy. This could be a general influence or somebody, right, that's influencing you here. And we have the Ten of Swords energy, which is about endings, and there being a history here. And it's the finality and the release of something releases you from frustration and stress, even if it's painful. Now, I do just have to express that this can be somebody ending something where they feel a release from frustration and stress, even if it's painful for them, because they feel like they've gone through a very challenging time period with you, and they're very focused on transforming themselves into a healthier space, you know, with fresh eyes and a new mindset. So that could be somebody else feeling this about you, whether this is a part, you know, your marriage partner, your business partner, whatever it is, or this could be an energetic influence that is impacting you, right? Where you're at the end of a challenging era, and now you're able to transform into a healthier space. But it does seem like in order for that to happen, there has to be the release of something that you thought you were good at, that you thought you were going to be successful in. There's got to be this release and this transitioning with this Page of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. This is all about transition here. Okay, because what can happen, this is a little caveat, if you stay in what you're in and this is very easy pie in the sky kind of energy right now, especially for you, Aries, because it's in your 12th house. That's the thing. It's not because you're an Aries, it's because of where the energies are going to be hitting you. So, but it does seem like you were just so afraid of something ending. You're afraid of this, you know? Afraid. This is your challenge. It's more like a challenge. You're having a hard time, right? Because this does indicate like a possible ending to something that you were doing, some kind of business connection, an avenue of money, a creative project, something that you were doing. And it can be very tough initially, but the energy does indicate that there's something new on the horizon for you. You just have to be patient, and this is your challenge, though. So you're feeling very challenged to release something, but you have to. Oh, look at this. We got the Fool. I mean, the energy is so supportive of you making the change, but I'm also getting that you're going to have a really hard time doing it. And we have the Fool, a new path, new opportunity, or a new approach in your current position. You know, or this could be just like a whole new career or enterprise. So make sure you prioritize your responsibilities to move ahead smoothly, to allow things to go smoothly, you have to be able to prioritize. And your position may very well include something having to do with technology, because the Fool is a Uranus energy, and Uranus rules technology. And we have the King of Cups. So, you know, now a need may exist to settle a conflict either within yourself regarding this situation, regarding this release and this acceptance of something, or between you and maybe a business partner, or you and somebody else. And you just might feel really unsure how to handle things, you know. You may feel follow your heart, though. You have to follow your heart. But remember, the King of Cups is a Libra and Scorpio energy, right? So Libra's at 7th house of partnership, right? And that's where Venus hangs out, right? Venus is the ruler. Well, it's one of the places Venus hangs out. Venus rules Libra. So it's about things being equitable. Scorpio is that a landlord of the 8th house. It's about transformation and also how you show up as a we in relationship. So I am feeling very heavy in the energy that this is leaning towards. There's some sort of connection to relationship, responsibility, life responsibility, something to do with that when it comes to this continuation of following a dream. Because now maybe it's time to create a new dream for yourself, you know. Now look at this. We have Jupiter, very nice. 5th house, creativity. Gemini, you know, this is Mars is in Gemini, you know, in your 3rd house of doing business, of learning something new, of communication, of online connections, you know. So all kind of communication, including online. 5th house has to do with your creativity. 4th, Jupiter has to do with luck and expansion. Yeah. We have a lot of that Jupiter energy hitting. And also, look at this, right? Jupiter, right? We have a Jupiter here, okay? And then Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Very interesting. And then it's in the 5th house. The 5th house works opposite the 11th house, which is the house of Aquarius. So because you have on the 4th and 5th Jupiter, Mercury conjunct in Aquarius in your 11th house of goals and gains. So I feel like very, very strong. Your perspective is going to be adjusted as far as what it is that you can be doing, as something having to do with money. Look at this, we got Taurus. So Taurus is the 2nd house of things you value, of money. So you're going to be focused on money and what matters, what really matters to you. The roof over your head, the clothes on your back, the food you put in your mouth, the money in your bank account, what it is that you do for money. There's going to be a lot of focus on this for you right now. But I see it going, honestly, I just see like so much good energetically is right there, but you need to release something that you're just struggling with, it seems like. Okay. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.